Right here behind me on this creek bank, there used to be a ton of saloons and hotels. This town is now a ghost town. However, that does not mean that there's not a ton of relics left here hiding right in this creek bed. Let's see what we can find right now. I really hope that y'all guys wore your sunglasses today, not because of the sun, but because of these beautiful white legs that just blinded y'all with that intro. Only kidding. Today I'm going to be running the Garrett AT Max. I'm going to be running in zero mode. I'm going to be running the iron disc up to around 22 to help us avoid some of the nails that are in here. And I'm going to turn the sensitivity down 1 from the top. Miranda's going to be using the Apex, but first, you guys know her. She's going to be scouring this rock bar, picking up all of the broken pieces of pottery and glass to use for her upcycled jewelry business. So here's some of the glass that she's found and piled up. A lot of green, a little bit of pottery. There's a drill core in the middle. Part of a mason jar over there, part of a soda, and some Crocs. Some of that glass has already started to turn purple because it's been in the sun so long. Definitely a lot of glass. We're gonna clean it all up, get it all out of here. This part of the creek, I refer to it as Pocket Watch Corner, and that's because from the bend right up there all the way to here, I found about 7 pocket watches through the years. However, my first target was a good one. It sounded strong, but it looks like it's just part of a banding piece. Thought it might have been a harmonica reed when I first saw the edge. It's about the same size as one, but it's not. However, it doesn't belong in here, so let's get it out, keep going, see what else we can find. I know it's a little scratchy on both sides. However, because of this being a coal mining town, the ore they poured out has a little bit of iron mixed in with it. So that's what I call hot rocks. So anything that has a high chirp here, we pretty much dig. Let's see what this is. All right, I see the first sign of my target right there. I'll show that to you in just a second, but I had to chase it. So look how big the hole is. The reason for that is, check it out. Here's one of those hot rocks I was telling you guys about. It's pretty crazy. Those things will throw you off big time, especially when it comes to pinpointing. But here's the first target, guys, and it's a spoon. It is definitely beat up, and it has made its way down the creek through many, many years. I don't know if this is an old one. It's definitely not silver. However, it's gonna come out with us. And I think we found one pretty similar to this design not too terribly long ago. So maybe we'll have a full set of silverware before everything's said and done. Always a good sign when you start seeing pieces of whiskey jugs. Gonna be pre-prohibition, which was around 1919 here in Alabama. Probably used by a moonshiner a little bit later though, so still on the trail of old stuff. That's pretty repeatable.
Yeah, 75, 76.
I knew I felt something on my foot. That was just on my foot. In my shoe.
What is that?
I don't know. I was like, what is that? I think it's a dragonfly larva.
That had legs.
Oh yeah, it did.
That was a spider.
That wasn't a spider. It didn't bite me. All right, back to the signal. Enough excitement for today. We're going to leave that in the video for comic relief.
No.
I'd rather deal with a snake than whatever that was any day. I'll tell you that. It's pretty big. Probably a can. There are a lot of cans in here, guys. All the kayakers and canoers and fishermen, they throw their beer out.
Which sucks.
It does. Terrible for them. Oh, it was right there on the surface.
Oh, it's a buckle.
Ooh, that's old too.
What's that, a shoe buckle?
It looks like a old shoe buckle. It's thin though.
Yeah, it's thin.
I bet it's still at least a century old. When I first saw it and when I picked it up, it was two completely different things because it looked like it was going to be heavy like one of the colonial shoe buckles, but that's probably more like 1900. Still really cool find though. Heck yeah, we'll take an old buckle. And now I'm going to be watching my feet for these crazy bugs.
I'm glad I wore socks.
Yeah, you wore socks. I probably should have wore socks. All right, let's keep going, see if we can find something else cool. This one right here is kind of intriguing. It's big. I see something right there that's not making me think there's going to be... That's not what it was. It's a couple inches by a couple inches, it looks like. And another can. And another can. And another can. If nothing else, we're going to leave this place a lot better than when we found it. This was an interesting target. And, man, there's a lot of creepy crawlies in this daggum water. Look at that. Get off of me. Guess it's that time of year. Old fishing pole. That one's been in there a long, long time, guys. regardless, we're gonna get it out, and hopefully there's some cool stuff still waiting on us. We're making our way up both sides of the creek, and then we're gonna work it back down in the center together. Listen to this one. Seems long, but slender. So it might just be a piece of wire or something, but we're gonna find out. I believe this may have been laying on its side, but now you guys see why I call this pocket watch bend. That is the back to one. Doesn't look like it's gonna have any identifiable marks on it, sadly. But we find a ton of them in here, guys. I guess back then that was the only way they could keep up with time. I don't know why they wound up in the water. I don't know if they were swimming here or if there was like a baptismal place where maybe they lost them, or people just got mad and got tired of winding them and threw them in the water. I have no idea, but we find a ton of them in here, guys. So let's keep going, see what else we can find. Maybe there'll be an old coin waiting on us. I'll lay the detector down right there for just a second, and I see a broken bottle. I just want to see what it is, out of curiosity. Oh, that is gonna be a more modern bottle. Looks like it says Sony on the bottom. I don't even know what that was. Probably an ACL soda or ketchup or something. Doesn't belong in here though, so let's get it out. All right, guys, take a listen to this one. Solid 75, 76. And if I rotate, it's 75, 76, it's maintaining. I've already raked the gravel back a little bit, and I see something white sticking out. I don't know what it is. So let's look together and find out. And there's a ton of trash right over to my right, so probably a bottle cap. Where'd it go? Oh, no, it's not. Y'all see it right there? Got a hem weight. I got a hem weight, babe. Hem weight? Yeah, that's cool and old. We found one of these in the, I guess it was in the fall sometime, but it was bent. And this one's not bent. The other one was almost like bent in half. So that's really cool. For those of you that don't know what this would have been used on a women's dress to hold it down and hold it in place, and it's made out of lead. It's super heavy. Super cool little find, we'll take it. So she just uncovered probably the find of the day so far, honestly. Look at that right there, guys. She's got a miner's lantern. And we find these all the time. Like I said, this is an old ghost town that was just massive in the coal mining industry. And we find quite a few of these. This one's in pretty good shape. Good find, baby. That would have been the lid. You would pull the lid off there, fill it with carbide. This would be where it hooked on top of their hard hat or whatever type of hat they were wearing. And it had a little bitty flame right there. And that was all you had to be able to see when you were thousands of feet below the surface.
They had a flame that close to their hair?
They did.
Oh my goodness.
I know, crazy, right? Second fishing pole of the day. This was the kid's fishing pole. Reel's gone, rod's broken. Doesn't belong in the water though, so let's get it out. There's a bass right here. I've been chasing him. He's like, leave me alone. He's got a bed over there under that rock. I was trying to get y'all a good shot of him, but it's not happening. Brandon found a straight side coke right here a few years back too. So there is a lot of old glass here, which makes sense with the saloons and the hotels being close by. The decks were actually built over top of this creek right here. And I'm sure they could have just leaned over the edge, finished their soda, and over it went. She's made her way up onto the bank, says she sees something in the hole. Looks like a garden hose end. Nope.
It's a salt shaker.
Well, it could be talcum powder too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let's get my shovel to stick. Looks older though, doesn't it? It's heavy. Almost feels like galvanized steel instead of aluminum, so.
It could be powder then.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll take it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Here are a few of the finds from that area. Some of the pocket watch pieces, as well as a couple of the miner's lanterns that we find quite often in the same area. If you did enjoy the video and you're new here, be sure that you're subscribed. On Friday, we'll probably be digging for some great antique bottles. We'll see you guys then.